Minding the Gap: The Shifting Digital Divide in America. Once only the haves and have-nots, the divide is much more diverse than a decade ago. The divide is no longer merely about access. Today, the divide encompasses the speed, the devices, and the knowledge and skills used to access the internet. According to Pew Research Center, the gap in access seems to be closing. 99% of schools and 90% of all Americans have access to the internet. But these numbers don't tell the whole story. Intermittent service, lack of Wi-Fi, and inadequate bandwidth plague schools in land-poor districts. Marginalized populations, such as the elderly, economically disadvantaged, and otherwise abled, are also more likely to face poor access. Access also greatly impacts rural communities who struggle to gain access to the internet using low-speed connections such as dial-up, or who often have no access at all. Rural communities that do have internet often pay more for access and may experience intermittent service when using satellite or cellular. In cities, access is available to those who can afford to pay provider prices. But for those who can't, access may have to come from local libraries or fast food restaurants. Some school districts have found unique ways to provide service near to home. One school district in California resorted to parking Wi-Fi-enabled buses in neighborhoods. While not ideal, these mobile hotspots help students gain access that otherwise would not be possible. Many Americans are also facing a device divide, with some only able to access the internet via smartphone. The applications and websites they can access are limited. Consuming content via phone is more difficult, but producing content is cumbersome and sometimes impossible. The device limits what users can produce using internet tools and also what they can learn. For those that can access the internet, the usage divide is also a concern. Usage includes the types of sites accessed and how users benefit from internet knowledge and tools. Digitally literate individuals are more able to effectively find and make use of information and tools on the internet and benefit from what G refers to as the Matthew effect. Those with the knowledge will continue to increase in knowledge, while those without will continue to fall behind. While the focus of the digital divide has often been on schools, it affects America's population as a whole. Doctors, the U.S. government, and others conduct business online and expect all Americans, including the elderly, to do the same. This expectation forces Americans to access medical records, apply for jobs, or items like Medicaid, life, car, and home insurance online. This limits some users' ability to seek out help and services. The internet is a powerful tool for learning and simplifies many day-to-day tasks. But unless you can access it with the proper tools and with adequate speed and knowledge, the doors of opportunity that the internet represent will remain closed. The effects on marginalized populations has not disappeared. It has simply shifted, leaving us to mind the gap.